Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A while ago, I made a very popular video on Reznikov, the Minister of Defense of Ukraine, still the Minister of Defense. And it was called something like the Rats Abandoned Ship First or something. Let me show you. This video is about Reznikov, who will be fired, but he's going to get a promotion. That's kind of like strange. I think he's just getting ready for the time when Ukraine loses. He's gonna be already at his master's house planting flowers and all that. He's gonna be the house servant over there. Remember this one on August 10th, 2023? Rats abandoned ship, sinking ship first. Reznikov to quit and become the ambassador in UK. Right here. And then you have here Ukraine, Minister of Defense, Reznikovs Sneaky Wager. This is I made on August 27. He pledges to resign if blah 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 if he's found guilty. All right. Now, let me tell you this article that I will discuss today. Actually, I have two of them, one from the Russians, one from the Ukrainians. Here it is. Ukraine's defense minister, Reznikov, to resign. Successor selected. MP reveals. So, Ukraine to fire defense minister, MP. This is Russia Today. Alexei Reznikov. This is on the 31st of August, 2023. So, let me ask you this question. When you screw up on the job, and this guy said, you know what, we gotta let you go, you get promoted? Or you get, in the streets? I think you go on the streets. Now, this guy is going to get a position of the ambassador, Ukraine ambassador to London. Why? Because when something is going to happen in Ukraine, which is Ukraine is going to be, this guy is already over there. He can access his banking accounts from London. He's going to be in London, say, hey, I want asylum here and all that. And he's going to be just fine. Unless he's going to be removed. When he's going to be about to be removed, then he's going to ask for all those things. So how come all these guys go to London? A lot of Russian, my ass, Russian citizens, that's better put, oligarchs are in London, were in London. Some of them died, but like refugees in London. Why is it London? Well, maybe because London is the origin of all these guys in supporting them and pushing them around and buying them. Is that? I don't know. I'm just... So, in this case, this guy gets fired for his bullshit with corruption and whatever it is. More than that, we're going to find out later, when we're going to be allowed. And he is just taken from here and put here in a safer place, a very important place, Reznikov. He shouldn't have been the Minister of Defense in the first place. Look at his credentials. He has nothing to do with military. Yeah, he did the regular, military training that every Ukrainian after, 18 years of age, he's supposed to. So that's nothing, just go over there, do your 1 year, and then you're out. But you didn't have any military, as far as I know, or anything related to that. Nevertheless, he's friends with Zelensky and Shmihal and the club, the Four Little Pigs, and now I think he's abandoning a sinking ship. Let's read and see what the Ukrainians say first about this weasel. So this is from August 31st, 2023. Remember not only one, the moment when for me it was a big question mark, when I was still thinking that United States government functions relatively fine and there's not much corruption and all that. Well, I was a little bit of an ignorant until I learned and I paid attention, was when attacked on the September 11, 2001 attacks occurred in the United States of America. When that was Condoleezza Rice, she was in charge. What happened to her when that was a failure? 4 failures. Pentagon, New York, Pennsylvania, right? There were 4? Yeah, 2 airplanes in New York, 1 in Pennsylvania, and something in the Pentagon. So 4 failures in one day. What happened to her? My first question, under her watch, did she lose her job? No. She's still over here revered as a fantastic and under her watch 4 attacks in one day. She should have been lost and gone. Tarred and feathered and kicked out of the town. That's what, but no, no, we don't do that to our boys and girls. The same with this guy. He is corrupt, like we're gonna find out everybody else. I suspect, my gut feelings, I don't have any evidence, but being around the block a few times and human experience, direct experience, tells me that these guys in Ukraine have some big stash of money somewhere. That's a gut feeling. I have no evidence. I just will find out. Time will tell. I guarantee you 99%, I will stand by this. It's a prediction that we're going to find out in, I don't know, 10 years or whenever the wind switches direction. That is, the order was given to expose these guys. You're gonna hear Zhmihal, Zhmihal is quiet, very quiet. Zelensky, Reznikov, all these guys and others in leadership of the Ukrainian nation. Unfortunately, we're gonna find out their fat banking accounts. We'll find out. I predict that. I don't know, but I predict based on my experience. Okay, not as this, but as that. And others. So let's see what these guys are saying here. Oh, I'm not guilty of anything. I'm Niznai, nothing. Look at this mofo. Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov will resign, and his position will be filled by the current head of Ukraine's State Property Fund, Rustem Umerov. Ukrainian MP Yaroslav Zelezniak announced via Telegram today, August 31st. Reznikov will become Ukraine's ambassador to Great Britain, and I'm quoting, rumors of problems with approval have not been confirmed. So no, there's not going to be any problems. Remember, the Ukraine ambassador to Great Britain was fired by Zelensky. Do you remember why? Remember when Zelensky called Ben Wallace, the defense minister, whatever he is over there, used to be, he just resigned. I will make a video on that one. Yes, Ben Wallace resigned. He's going to get probably a job in a big arms manufacturing corporation. Guarantee you, on a board of director, he's going to get his millions finally. Guaranteed, I'm going to follow that guy. And not like that, but through the news outlets. And remember when Ben Wallace told Zelensky, said that Ukraine should thank from some time to time its sponsors bringing aid and all that, and we're not Amazon here. When you just say because that's how Zelensky comes. We need this, you give it. Otherwise, we're gonna let the Russians come and attack you. And all right, that story, the being the scare tactic. And Wallace said that. Zelensky started mocking the British defense minister, whatever he is, mocking. The British said, oh, we're going to take it deep because the Americans say so. So they didn't react to that. And then the Ukrainian ambassador to Great Britain said, well, Mr. Zelensky, maybe should not be this harsh and be so, take it easy. It was a little bit too harsh. What happened? The dictator, the tyrant, fired him for that, for daring to criticize or to tell the truth, because Zelensky dared to mock the defense minister of Great Britain. The ambassador thought that we're still real here. No, if the ambassador then backpedaled, not the ambassador, the British defense minister, and his government did not back him up on that one, the ambassador should have gotten the hint and say, maybe this guy is not gonna move. I'm a very low fish compared with all these guys, little fish, bottom feeder. So I should keep my mouth shut. But he said it, he got fired by the tyrant. So that was the reason, criticizing something that was truthful. He was mocking that guy. He got fired. Why? Now it makes room for this weasel, for his buddy. I mean, what do you want? Zelensky, Zhmihal, Reznikov, and Yermak are a club. The Ukrainian ambassador to Great Britain is not part of the club. So he was kicked out. Make room for these guys because the ship is going down and we need a place for Reznikov. Where do you think Zelensky is going to end up? If he doesn't get blown up by his own people, or by own people, I'm talking about the mercenaries around him that protect him, right? Or maybe Zaluzny is going to do something like take control and say, okay, stop the bullshit. We're just decimating our nation, you Zelensky, our nation. with the help of those guys, and maybe he's going to do something. Either that or his mercenaries that protect Zelensky from dying and being keep him alive over there, or if he's going to lose and going to get cornered, he's going to fly first flight London, United States, or Israel. These are the three preferred stops you're going to see if he's not going to, unfortunately for some. And I was about to say something. Let's move on. So Umerov will replace Reznikov as defense minister. All right. So Ukrainian embassies were warned about this move as early as yesterday morning. All right, here it is. So let's go to right here. Ukraine to fire defense minister Alexei Reznikov will be offered post of ambassador. He screwed up, but he's going to promote it, or what? He's going to be put to safety in London. All right, so according to my information, Reznikov will leave the post of defense minister and will subsequently go as ambassador to the UK. It's harsh time for Zelensky. He goes to Gulag now in London. Oh man, now he claimed that Ruslan Umerov, let's see what else these guys have. They talk about Reznikov's little thing with he found himself in hot water again a few weeks ago after the media reported on the ministry's suspicious purchases of winter jackets for troops from a Turkish firm. According to the Ukrainian journalist Yuri Nikolov, I don't see this guy living long, the price of jackets jumped from $29 to $86 per unit as they were transported from Turkey to Ukraine, and the rest was pocketed by some people. The outfits were also marked as winter clothing, but turned out to be rather light, according to Nikolov. Reznikov responded to the accusations by proposing a wager. Should it come to light that the Ministry of Defense did indeed supply 180,000 summer jackets. Now, you make the calculation. The difference between this is like $56, $57, let's say $50. You multiply $50 per each of all these things and see how much profit some weasels made. So if they found out that these were summer jackets rather than winter attire, I will formally submit my letter of resignation. No, my boy, it doesn't work that way. You can't just do that and just, I'm going to resign, go to London. No, you have to face penalties. You have to be charged with something, and you're being convicted, and you go to jail, not to London, to ladies of the night and cocktail party with your weasels in charge of Great Britain. No. What's going on? If I dilapidate, if I fucked up a company, okay, and I destroyed, and I'm a corrupt guy, on at least two occasions. That was one with the winter things and the other one with the food, the same overcharge. So the food for the procurement for the Ukrainian army was the same, let's say $20 per meal, and they charge $50 per meal. And they charge who? You and I, because the money comes from us. So they were stealing from us. Would you think it's just the food and the winter jackets? I'm 100%, I predict is the military weapons as well, going in places. The Americans give it to us and we give it to someone else at a high price and so on. Discount. You'll see, my friends, after they are allowed to publish what they know. I guarantee the information is out there. It's just that they don't let us know. I'm, again, 99% gut feeling, going around the block a few times. You'll see. The order is, they will not publish it. That tells you how much control exists. Publish that on Amazon and see how Amazon will promote that. And they have very clear guidances what you can write and what is true or not true. And they will say, no, that's not true, not proven, but bring the evidence. If New York Times will wait for the American government to tell them, give them green light to publish certain kind of news, I'm going to give you an example from 1970s. Remember? Early 70s, when the United States started bombarding Cambodia and Laos without the population knowing, bombarding it, carpet bombing it. Not only Vietnam, they started Cambodia and Laos. You didn't find out from New York Times until those guys said, yes, you can. I say, hold off, time out. Don't. It was Nixon administration. He said, no, stop, do not do that. Wait for us to report it. So we're not caught with the pants down. That's what it was. So they told them, the New York Times, I think it was, or I think New York Times, I'm not certain, but you can verify on online easily. The administration told these guys when they found out somehow they're about to publish that. How did they find out? They were let know. Can we publish this? Can we publish this? No, no, wait. They came and said, oh, we just started bombardment in Laos and Cambodia, blah, blah. And then New York Times, boom, they broke the story. Look into that incident, okay? Look for it. So that was in 1970s, and we're in 2023. These guys are experts at this point, and it doesn't mean that they were not experts then. So Reznikov should be indicted, my friends. He committed something. Not only he's going to be transferred. Imagine you go to a work for a company, someone else's company, and you screw up the company with knowingly, maybe, or under your watch, you screw the company with, about $200 million. $200 million. Do you think that just going to fire you, or we're just going to take you from a supervision position to the, shipping, receiving supervision position? Do you think that's what they're going to do? No, my friends, you're going to be indicted, arrested, and charged, and convicted. But Reznikov, no. What does that tell you? Corruption. And I'm very, very surprised that actually the big uncorruptible, Zelensky and all these guys, now we have Reznikov up. Well, we have Robespierre, which is Zelensky nowadays, the incorruptible. It's going to end up under the guillotine like this guy. Is this the guillotine? Going to the post in Great Britain? My friends, this is BS. Anyway, it's going to be another weasel. And they say, see, we fight corruption. What are you talking about? This is next to you. This is your office. And you tell me you're incorruptible. Fuck off. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.